And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey everybody, today we're taking a look at World's Fair 1893. This is a new game from Renegade and Foxtrot Games, and this is about the World Fair that happened in 1893, and you have exhibits going on, and you're trying to have the best exhibits of each type. It's a very simple, easy game for 2 to 4 players. Let me show you. This is the board set up here, and the board is modular to some degree. All these come off and you can stick them on in different ways. This part here of the Ferris wheel is modular depending on the number of players playing. Players are going to start with a cube of their color in each of these 5 exhibition areas, and then some extra ones will get put out based on your position starting. So that, like, whoever starts in spot 2 gets an extra one in the blue and the green in agriculture and transportation. So these are out here. There's a big deck of cards, and 2 of them are placed in each spot. And then one player starts, and we continue. Now when it's your turn, you take a cube of your color, and you pick an area on the board, and you drop the cube in that area. So let's say I drop that cube here. Once you've done that, you will take all the cards associated with that area. Now if you take a ticket for the Ferris wheel, an exhibition ticket, you move this 1. This is a way to keep track of when we score. When it gets back here, we'll score and then go to round 2, then round 3, and after round 3 scoring, the game's over. And you'll put that in front of you. If you take a persona here, on your next turn, when you put a cube out somewhere, you will do whatever that one says. So this one, for example, says put an extra cube out. This one here says put a cube out and also put a cube in the green. This one here, put a cube in the black. There's some that let you move cubes and things. After you take the cards from the area that you took them from, a card is replaced in that area, as well as the next 2 areas clockwise. So you can see some areas are going to have more cards. Now each area has a limit of cards it can have. This one's 4, 4, 4, 3, and 3. So if, for example, there were 4 cards here, and someone took the cards from this spot, I would add 1, skip this 2, and put the 3rd card there. But you can see these areas are going to get pretty juicy in taking because, wow, 4 cards. I want all the cards from that area. And so players are going to be doing that, taking turns. You'll put a cube out on your turn. You'll play any personas that you have. You will move the Ferris wheel if you need to, and then it's the next person's turn. When the Ferris wheel gets here, there's a scoring phase. First thing you'll do is you'll look at admission tickets. Whoever has the most admission tickets is going to get 2 coins, points at the end of the game. Each player then will also get 1 coin for every ticket that you have. And then all the tickets are turned back in. By the way, when you use these personas, those are turned in immediately too. So there is a discard pile that will get shuffled back in. Then you're going to examine each area on the board. And you're going to see who's first, second, and third in that area. And you'll look at a scoring card here. So whoever's first, this is a 4 player game. It will be different for a 3 or 2 player game. In a 4 player game, whoever's first, whoever has the most cubes in each area, is going to get a 4-point token. Whoever has the second most will get a 2-point token. They can also change cards. So let's say I win in the red area. I'm the blue player, I have the most, I get 4 points. I can change up to 3 red cards into red tokens. That means my exhibits that I have been approved. And if second place, will get 2 points, and they can approve 1 exhibit. If there's a tie for first, they each get 2 points, and they can both approve 2 exhibits. A tie for second, no points, but they can each approve 1 exhibit. Again, this is for scoring. After you've done that, you'll then count the cubes in each area, and for every 2 you have, you lose 1. So here, purple would lose 1, and so as in the different areas, the cubes are going to be pulled out. So cubes are going to be coming off the board. Basically, you lose half your cubes, rounded up. And then you start the second round. At the end of the 3rd round, the game is over. After you do scoring again, you're now going to look at the tokens that you have collected and organize them into sets. For each set that you have that's all 5 colors, you get 15 points. If you only have 3 colors in a set, it's worth 6 points. 1 is 1 point each. So for example, if I have all these tokens here, I have a set of 3, a set of 2, and a set of 1, because you can't have multiples of the same color in a set. You'll add those points to the points you've already collected. These points and the money, they look different, but they're essentially the same, plus the points you get for your sets. Most points, winner of the game. Renegade is really establishing themselves as a company that is making light, fun, good, easy games to get into. This is no exception. There's an adjective that Z Garcia uses a lot when he describes games. He says this is a clean design. This is definitely one of those games. There's nothing here that's really new about this, but the way it plays is just so easy. You put out a cube, you grab some cards, you put out new cards, it's the next person's turn. And you have to kind of decide. I mean, really, if you think about it, you have 5 choices each turn. That's it. You'll never have more than 5. You'll never have less than 5. You have 5 different places. But when you put a cube down, you're thinking about the following. Do I want the majority in that area? What cards is that area going to give me? How am I setting up my next neighbor for their stuff? Maybe they want those cards, and maybe even though I really want those 2 cards, taking those 4 might be a better opportunity. Now, there is a possible additional choice, like some of the cards let you move a cube and something, so there's that. But really, that's it. And you're sitting there going, but it's an intriguing choice. It's a choice between only 5 things, but you're sitting there going, oh, okay, do I want to control that area? Yeah, I do, but I don't really want those cards. Here, I'll take those cards, but I don't really, I'm already winning that area, or I can't win that area. The way the Ferris wheel moves, super smooth. All right, I took 2 tickets, we move it here. Oh, I took a ticket, we move it. And getting those tickets can get you points, but having majorities can also get you points. There's not a lot of ways to get points. But having majorities is good, but if you have those majorities and then don't have the exhibitions to approve, you won't get these tokens and those cards that you have got picked up over the course of the game for the different exhibition areas. Bicycles, that's a neat card, but it means nothing. These cards are worthless at the end of the game. By the way, these cards are full of flavored text on them, and yet, for the most part, none of that means anything, just flavor text. So, like this here, admit 1 ticket to the German village, and it talks about the German village. This, I mentioned bicycles, and it tells you about bicycles. And this one here, George Davis, and it tells you a little bit about George. But you only need to look at the symbol at the top. For bicycles, you only need to look at the symbol at the top for what type it is. And for these, they're just a ticket. But I like that it adds that flavor, very easy. There's nice scoring cards that tell you exactly how to score everything, that tell you what all the different characters do. The tokens, I like how they're different, but they're essentially the same. You know, coins and points are the exact same in this game, but they also allow you at the end of the game to go, I got a lot of points from those tickets. That might be a good strategy to follow. Now, I'm not sure that the tickets you can win just by going for them, because first of all, other people will take them as they come up, but they're kind of like a nice bonus. Like, oh, there's 3 tickets there. That's a pretty good thing to do. I don't know that I can really expound more on the game itself. The components are high quality. The artwork is evocative and good. The graphic design, very clean, easy to understand. The game scales nicely from 2 to 4 players by some board manipulation and how the scoring works. There's certainly some interactivity between watching where other people move it and that one card that lets you move someone else's to another spot. And it's easy to count and score. I think your first time you play the game, it might take you the 40 minutes it mentions on the box, but I think most of the time you're going to take 30. And for this style of game at 30 minutes, if this game was in Germany, I would call this as a Spiel des Jahres nominee. That's how much I like it and how easy and family-friendly it is. As it is, I think this is certainly one people should keep their minds on. I don't think there's as many of these lighter family-friendly Euro-style games that come out in a year as people think there are. There's usually less than 10 solid ones that come out. This is certainly one of those. Highly recommended from me. World's Fair, 1893. Dice Tower Judgment, excellent!
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door!